All right, what we're getting into today is we're going to be doing some vertical joint soldering. A lot of unexperienced guys tend to get some really messy, jobs here. You'll get a lot of drips. You'll try and wipe it. It'll become a big mess. Simple ways to get rid of that. I'm also just going to cover some basics while we're doing this. Couple of things is, the type of flux you use. I've been seeing a lot of this no corrode on the vans, and I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I've struggled with it, and I've been doing this a long time. I've been soldering a long time, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. I prefer this brand right here, regular number 5 lead free. I've been using this my whole life, and I've not had issues. I don't ever get leaks. For regular soldering, this seems to be what I like the most. I'm not trying to trash any brands or anything, but to me, this is the best. You got to be careful in Kentucky. They have one that looks exactly like this, but they do not sell this exact thing in Kentucky. They're not allowed to for some reason. And it's going to say H2O based on it. It'll still be number 5, but it'll say H2O based on it. And it's not real good. It doesn't work good. It doesn't burn you quite as much, and it's less acidic, but I don't like it. So if you are going out there, make sure you're stocked up on your flux before, if you know you're going to be doing some soldering, especially in this cold weather with the water line breaks. Another thing that I like to go over, make sure you have brushes. I see a lot of people taking their rag, dipping their rag in the flux, trying to get it in their fittings, get it on their pipe, this, that, and the next thing. I would stay away from that. I'd keep a pack of acid brushes on me. They sell these anywhere. They're real cheap. There's like a $3 package. It comes with like 5 brushes, I think. You can get them at the supply house for like 25 cents a piece, which I prefer the ones from the supply house. They have the longer rod. Another thing that I like to do is I'll cut a little hole in the top of my flux, and I will keep my brush in there to keep my brush nice, and I have the lid on the flux at all times. So when it's in my van, when I'm on a job, whatever, the flux inside is staying clean, and I can still access it from my hole in the top of the flux. For American Plumbing, obviously, you are provided a couple of torch heads, I believe, so you will have a single head. You will have a double head. I wouldn't pull this out unless I'm doing 1.5 inches or bigger, or something weird that I'm doing with it. A lot of things that I could talk about you're probably not ever going to touch here, so I'll refrain. But 1.5 inches, 2 inch, anything bigger than that, you could pull this out. Anything smaller, this is more than sufficient. You're not going to burn your flux out of your joint quite as fast. Another thing, when you are using this, do you know where on this flame you want to have it? The whole thing is pretty much blue up till the very tip where it turns orange slightly, and you can only really see that when it's dark. But do you see this light blue color? This is called the inner crown right here. You want it right on that inner crown. It's the hottest point, and it's the cleanest burning point. So it's going to keep the black and things like that off of your joints, okay? You always want to have it there.